Welcome to KMET 1490 AM ABC News Radio and the Southern California Business Report with Yvette Walker, a show dedicated to highlighting successful Southern California businesses and the people behind them.
Welcome and thank you for joining the Southern California Business Report on ABC News and Talks, KMET 1490 AM, 98.1 FM, and KMET TV. I'm Yvette Walker, live blasting our signal from the center of Southern California, serving a population of over 25 million. Get us crystal clear and on demand by downloading the free live streaming app on Google Play or the Apple App Store. As always, a huge shout out to the team, Mitch, Bill, and Sean. Thank you so much. And a special announcement of our new advisory committee following this amazing interview with beautiful and fabulous Anolan Dragitsch. She is the creator and talent of Anolan Luxe World, international celebrity TV host. She produces luxury lifestyle TV shows, and Anola Luxe World aired on E! Entertainment television in Latin America in 25 countries. She is known as the female Robin Leach. She features the most luxurious destinations worldwide, interviews celebrities, and shows off their luxurious lives. Anola's commitment to excellence, combined with boundless energy to guide her professional life, has allowed her to realize an outstanding level of discreet service backed by extensive global luxury market knowledge and access, formerly of the billion-dollar Carlos Justo team of Sotheby's International Realty. Anolan's past success include the launch of Ocean Drive in Español with partners Emilio Estefan, Jerry Powers, Jason Binn as VP of Sales of Ocean Drive magazine, and she doubled the advertising revenue in a very short period of time. Currently, Anolan is a global luxury real estate advisor, realtor with Sotheby's International Realty, Isabella Luthge Group, Pacific Palisades, and for 2023, producing two Luxe World series, Top California Dream Getaways and Luxe World Top Island Getaways. Anolan is a member of ARIA, Asian Realtor Association of Los Angeles, Women in Luxury Design, Chinese Chamber of Commerce, and Affluent Hispanic Philanthropies. She hosts a monthly roundtable of Luxe World Roundtable with David B. Levine, bespoken European showroom, luxury showrooms, and interviews with award-winning developers, architects, interior designers, and her hobby includes horseback riding, and her horse's name is Hollywood. Is that correct? Did I get that right, Anolan? Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us today, Anolan.
Thank you. I'm honored. I'm so excited for your show.
Lovely. So let's start off by talking about your journey. One of the first questions I love asking my guests is what inspired you to pursue the path that, we just kind of gleaned over on your bio in terms of luxury real estate, travel, and, just talking about the amazing things that you're showcasing on your program.
Yes. Well, I'm very passionate about life and living, and I believe in the present moment, and you have to listen to your heart's desire and follow that. So in my heart, I did a lot of soul searching, and I asked myself, what do I want to do the rest of my life? And I made a decision. I'm going to travel the world, showcase the best, put it on TV, and sell the most expensive properties. And it all came to me. I never knocked in a network store, and I used to produce a real estate TV show. I love travel. I interned at Pan Am World Airlines when I was in college, and I was going to work for Pan Am and fly and travel the world and do marketing. And that year they went on strike.
Oh no.
And so the marketing director said, I can get you any job in any airline, but you have to start at the bottom. Flight attendant or reservations agent. So I told my mom I was going to do that. Like, we just put you through college. You're not doing that. So I love travel. I love people, and learning about the different cultures and the destinations. So I decided to create a luxury lifestyle TV show about the most luxurious destinations worldwide.
Beautiful.
And people don't buy real estate, they buy a lifestyle.
Absolutely. So talk us a little bit about the journey. Where do you start? You had this, idea that came from your head and stemmed from your heart, and you gave life to it. So please talk a little bit about that journey and how that was able to actually come to fruition.
Yes, I knew I was going to go into real estate. I was doing real estate in Lake Tahoe. And then I moved back to Miami and I went to a NARS convention and I wanted to learn the real estate business because I wanted to work for the top broker. And I met someone in line at Walgreens that said, "Here's my card. You need to work for Carlos Justo." And he was the president and CEO of Realtor.com. So I went to, he's like, "Why are you here at this session?" I said, "Because I want to learn this business and I want to work for the top broker. I'm moving back to Miami." So he recommended Carlos Justo, and I followed that and I got the job. It took me 6 months with no real estate major experience in Miami. So I got a job with the top broker in the nation with no experience. So I just want to share that because anything is possible. You have to create your intention and be passionate about it and believe it and be willing to do the work and be humble.
Absolutely. Yes.
And
Absolutely. And so that is a great point. Please talk about how something that seemed so out of reach, so incredible, because you just wake up one day and you think, gosh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to create a program that's going to be international. I'm going to highlight the best of the best. I'm going to travel all over the world. I'm going to work with the people that are at the top of their, careers and the top of the segment that they're representing. And without experience or without a background in those fields, you were able to realize that. But please talk about how you were able to create that reality for yourself.
that it came from my heart. It was my heart's desire. You have to ask yourself 3 questions. What do I want? What do I need? And what do I make myself responsible for? With anything in life, and you will have no problem. Because I've been through a very traumatic experience where I lost 30 pounds in 10 days because I had 2 deaths in the family
Oh my gosh.
2 days. And then the third day, my parents physically separated because they were already divorced. So I shut down for 10 days because I couldn't process it. And I woke up when one therapist said, people have problems because they cannot answer 3 questions. The most important one is, what do you want?
Mm.
Ladies and gentlemen, what do you need? And what do you make yourself responsible for? So that was very clear for me. And whatever I wanted, I knew I was going to have because I was going to make it happen. I committed to myself. So it
And
takes a lot of
so
passion and commitment and a lot of courage.
absolutely. I mean, and it just all boils down to three very basic questions that
Mhm.
have a monumental impact on our everyday life, right? Those three questions can be asked from anything from,
Yes,
ordering your latte to, your next major investment or business venture, right?
yes,
Which is exactly what you did. So walk us through that journey of you decided what it was that you wanted.
yes.
What you needed was to connect with those people. So tell us what happened after you did connect with those people, and what did you become responsible for?
Yeah, well, I started working at Sotheby's with Carlos Justo, the billion-dollar team. I was the only female on the team, and I was willing to make it work. And I made my real estate career my priority. And I had already created in my mind that I was going to do the show because I used to produce the real estate TV show, but it was just real estate about Florida. And Luxe World is like the entire world. And I only knew one producer, and she was producing the show on E. So I told her, I now work with the king of real estate. I'm doing Luxe World. I need an editor. And she said, I am going to be your producer. I am going to get you into Latin America. I said, I don't want Latin America. I speak English. I want the rest of the world. And she got me the appointment. And prior to that, I had hired 2 producers and we went to Orlando to start filming my trailer. And they didn't book a cameraman. So I said, Orlando, 10 o'clock.
They
Someone's
had
coming in.
one job, the primary thing they needed, a
Yeah,
camera.
one partner thought one person did it, the other person thought they were going to do it. And then again, because I make myself responsible, I said, there is a cameraman for Luxe World in Orlando, 10 o'clock Saturday morning. I'm calling all the TV stations. Mitchell, call all the all the video production companies. Buck Miller showed up in 13 minutes from the Discovery Channel. He called me 2 weeks later and he hired me to do a video. And I said, I don't do videos. I sell properties to Sotheby's and I'm doing my show. And he said, no, I'm going to give you your boot camp training for television. And I said, what do I have to do? And he said one thing that was magical. And I want to share this with everybody. He said, be yourself. And you're going to get paid $2,000 a day for 6 days. I said, I could be myself. Did an infomercial, 100 countries, 2 million copies. English and Spanish for Tupperware. I learned how to walk and talk and read the teleprompter. And he gave me my boot camp training for television and I got paid. And it was exactly $12,000 that I needed for my trailer. So it all
worked out. All the pieces kind of came into place at the right time.
I was committed. I mean, I worked for 6 days, 16 hours. And I speak Spanish perfectly, but some words I have never said the word glamoroso. I had never used that in my vocabulary. So I practiced day and night and read my script. And I just was committed to doing whatever it took. And I like my hashtag now is why I go to extremes. Why? Because I can.
Right.
And I have to make things happen.
Absolutely. And, it just goes down to what it is that you're responsible for. And when you realize that, the sky is the limit, that's what you're responsible for, right? Realizing that and pursuing it in a way that resonates with you. And when you did that, it looks like all the pieces fell into place and you were able to get a crash course on, being in front of the television and becoming bilingual, right? Now you speak Spanish.
Yeah. I mean, I was fluent in Spanish, but I really had to brush up because I was on television. So I would listen to Spanish music, Spanish radio, read the newspaper in Spanish because my pronunciation had to be perfect. And I mean, they still thought I was an American girl that learned Spanish. They didn't believe I was Cuban. Because I don't have a Cuban accent. They thought I was Argentina or Brazil. And so, so anything is possible, but you have to be, I was like 1,000% committed to doing that. And the producer got me the meeting with the network. I did not know it was her stepdad. I found out when she invited me to barbecues, we would film and we would see the show. And I said, all these people are on TV. And why is the network president here? Oh, that's my stepdad. That's my mom. That's my husband. So these were all television professionals.
Right. So all together. And you were able to expand your horizons through there as well.
For them to coach me and tell me this is what you have to do when you look at the camera. Like it was golden. Like I never went to school for it. So, and then when I got the contract, I was like, I felt like I have to find out what my message is to these 25 countries. It's not about the real estate. It's about the people, the cultures, and inspiring them and discovering what is the best in their country and showing it to everybody else. I'm just a medium of communication to showcase the best.
I love that. And so please talk a little bit about some of those places you were able to explore and discover and highlight in your efforts through Anolan Luxe World.
Yeah. Costa Rica tourism and Costa Rica developer was my sponsor. So I traveled to Costa Rica many times. Colombia sponsored me a lot, Argentina, Buenos Aires, a lot in the Caribbean, the Bahamas, also Dubai, Moscow, Cannes, London. But I traveled a lot in Latin America, but Colombia, Cartagena, I was constantly showcasing segments about from Buenos Aires, Cartagena, because it's very luxurious. And I'll never forget in Colombia, I had somebody tell me, has anyone ever showed you the poor side of Colombia? And I said, no. And I started crying. I had tears in my eyes because here I am showing all this luxury. And so that prompted me to, the closing of my show was always about a charity of that city, country, destination. And I encourage everybody to give and donate.
That is beautiful. So you work that into your programming schedule to, make that difference while you were there on the ground. Like you said, highlighting what's most beautiful, but also highlighting what the greatest need of the moment would be as well.
yeah, I would close the show with the charity and encourage people to donate, whether it was like going to the charity and being all dressed up or interviewing the head person of the charity. The message was always giving back to a charity in that city or destination. And so that made me feel good because it's about connecting, and we're all in this world together to help each other.
Absolutely. And, it takes me back to the night that we met, right? We were at an event, and what stood out to me was your very innovative approach for bringing people together. And, while you're highlighting a beautiful listing overlooking Pasadena, also supporting nonprofits
Yes.
and just celebrating life and being together. And that's really what inspired me to say, hey, Anolan, you need to come on the program. We need to share your story because it is so unique, and you can hear the heart and your passion for what it is that you do and the good works that you're involved in as well.
Yes, and I don't make it all about real estate. It's about different causes and experiences. And Jose, the head of the charity of Affluent Hispanic Philanthropies, was my first producer. If it wasn't for him telling me that I could do it, I would have never done it. And because I didn't think I could do it, I've never done this. I just want to have a competitive edge when I do real estate. And so he did like coach me and gave me the the confidence that I had it already, which when I didn't know that I did.
And sometimes that's all you need, right? Is that little confidence, because we all have, and I don't care who you are, we all have that nagging voice in our heads that say, this is going to go wrong. You can't do it. You're not good at, whatever it is.
Never
But
done it.
exactly. But when you hear somebody that especially is in the field and is successful and identifies something
He's a
within you,
producer. He's like, you can do this. So
I
and
love it.
and that's his charity. So I love supporting him because he was there for me when nobody else believed in me. I mean, not even my family. It's like, and my family and close friends, they thought I was like kind of lunatic. Like, where are you going? Where are you jetting off right now? Because every 2 weeks I traveled to a different destination and then came home for 2 weeks, did my pre-production, and traveled to where I was sponsored. So they didn't believe me because they didn't see me on TV, but I was only airing in Latin America. It was like surreal. So when I was there, I would turn on the TV. I really am airing, that's one thing I learned. If people don't see it, they don't believe it.
Well, it goes back to perception is reality, right? And I was having this discussion recently, and that's why it's so important with what it is that we convey, what we project, because that's the reality we're creating, right? And whatever it is that we project and we focus on, that's where we exist. So I love that you focus on, the positive, on the beautiful things, and on what is possible and overcoming those barriers, right? And those challenges. For you, those barriers and challenges were being somebody that had zero experience in the market that you were looking to be on the top at the spearhead of. And
Yes.
then the second, being the talent for Anolan Luxe World and, highlighting 25 countries of Latin America around the world. So, I mean, those are monumental achievements by someone that had zero experience in those fields.
Yeah. I used to produce a real estate show for somebody else, but not really knowing I was producing it. I was just selling the sponsors. And I said, I will sell the sponsors only if I have creative control. I've always been in advertising, creating ads. So I get very involved. And I did not mention that I had also just gotten recently divorced after 17 years.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
so it's like, I didn't like lose any time. I just said, what do I want? That is the most important decision I'm going to make.
Right.
It's going to affect the rest of my life.
Absolutely. And so tell us about some of those experiences that stand out the most to you during your travels.
Uh, well, I think Dubai was like so luxurious, and I was there twice, and I was there when the market crashed. They called me the nice lady from America with her cameras. They were very welcoming, very lovely people, and just every hotel, one was more luxurious than the next, and everyone's very respectful. I really like that about their culture. When I went to China, I had tears in my eyes when I had to fly back to the United States. I felt very loved in
Mm.
Shanghai. when I first went there. I was there for 3 months because I got a TV contract in China, and I couldn't understand why. And so I knew in my heart I had to go there. And I can relate to that culture very much. I love connecting with cultures. Um, Filming in the French Riviera, I have a lot of friends there that just coordinated everything for me. John Bernard, he's a dear friend. I met him at Sotheby's in Miami. He lives in Cannes, and he created my hour show in the French Riviera. We rode the Grand Prix and filmed. I was in a car just riding the actually Grand Prix circuit, and interviewed with the Polo Player Association president and the Bentley Club that he heads up. I mean, I also interviewed Riva, the granddaughter of Riva Yachts. Riva Yachts. I've also interviewed Philippe Kirkorov. He's the Michael Jackson of Moscow, of Russia. Wow. Philippe Kirkorov. When I tell the Russians they see me, I photo with Philippe Kirkorov, they're like, "Oh wow, he's like one of Russia's. He's the Michael Jackson of Russia."
What is he known for? Is he an entertainer?
Yes, he's an entertainer, and I went to his concert for 3 hours. He was nonstop. He's 7 foot tall, and when I first met him, I said, "Oh my God, you're so tall!" And he said, "Yes, like a basketball player." His assistant said, I asked him, "What can we get for him? What can we do?" Because we were hosting him for dinner. He's like, he wants Arby's French fries, hot Arby's French fries. So I made sure he had some.
There, I mean, keeping it simple, right? If he wants Arby's French fries, then you get him Arby's French fries. Was he in Russia at the time? Do they have Arby's in Russia?
Oh, no. We actually were at a developer event. A developer sponsored him because I asked him what he'd like, and he just wanted Arby's French fries when he was in the limo. Something else that was interesting was filming at the Cannes yacht show, seeing all the beautiful yachts. I love yachts.
Have you made special segments reporting from yachts as well? Is that part of the repertoire of programming?
I would always include a yacht. And then I'm from Miami, and Fort Lauderdale is the boating capital of the world. So I grew up going to the boat shows, and I launched a yachting magazine in South Florida. So I have a special place in my heart for yachts.
Lovely. And so what is that special place? What do yachts represent to you?
I think freedom and ultimate luxury, because, you're in the water, in the sea, in the different parts of the world. It's like total freedom and no attachment to anything physical. You're in the water.
That's beautiful. I love that. I never thought of it that way. That's a beautiful analogy. So when are you going to produce an Anolan Luxe World from your yacht, traveling around the world? That's what I see in your future. I want to see you on a yacht, traveling to all these beautiful destinations.
You know what? I think that's a great idea for the top island getaways. Go to the different islands that I want to go to get away, and do it from a yacht. And I filmed in the yacht one time in Cartagena, and I have that in my trailer. I like that a lot. I was wearing a white outfit with I should be wearing it today. Colombia gave me a green rock emerald in the rock, big rock, and I was wearing that and barefoot, because you can't wear shoes on a yacht. You have to take your shoes off. So I mentioned that I love barefoot luxury. And I also filmed something very special too, because I filmed 12 Islands in the Bahamas. That they sponsored me for the show in China, and I got to experience 12 islands.
How amazing. And how do you even pick when you experience that many islands? Do you feel like you had the opportunity to decide which one you liked best or which one you would visit again? Or do they all just kind of...
Well, you know what? I work with the tourism boards. And they have an itinerary for me. And then I review that itinerary. And I would always go like a week in advance, because I want to experience it before I film it for the first time. To really enjoy it and connect and really showcase what is unique about, either Turks and Caicos to Exumas or Eleuthera. So because they're all uniquely beautiful and different. So I like experiencing that and sharing that with other people. Like a lot of people are like, "Oh, I saw your show. I want to go there." So
So then you did what you're supposed to do. And right now we're going to go to break. So for those listening, I'm Yvette Walker on Southern California Business Report on ABC News and Talks, KMET 1490 AM, 98.1 FM, and KMET TV, talking with Anolan Dragitsch of Luxe World, international celebrity TV host that produces luxury lifestyle television show that aired on Entertainment Television Latin America in 25 countries. She is known as the female Robin Leach. The show features the most luxurious destinations worldwide and interviews all the celebrities. Everybody, will see you when we return.
City of Hope is driven to making a difference in the lives of people with cancer and diabetes. We accomplish this by conducting innovative research and providing outstanding care. If you or a loved one has received a cancer diagnosis, go to cityofhope.org to learn more about how our innovative approach could change your outcome.
Every 2 seconds, someone needs a blood transfusion. Be on the giving side. Livestream Blood Bank supports patients in 80 Southern California hospitals. Call 1-800-TRY-GIVING for more information and to set an appointment.
Cal State San Bernardino is home to the only school of entrepreneurship in California. With globally ranked degree programs, you can start your journey today to become a successful entrepreneur. Learn more and connect at entre.csusb.edu.
The University of La Verne is rated first in California for alumni satisfaction. Learn more about accelerated programs offered online and on campus in La Verne, Irvine, Ontario, Burbank, or College of the Canyons. Visit go.laverne.edu. The University of La Verne. go.laverne.edu.
Hi, Ray Lance from the Diamond Center in the Claremont Village here. One of the coolest parts of a third-generation family business is getting to know the families we serve through generations. Once you experience our friendly service, our fair and transparent pricing, and our beautiful jewelry that we make to last a lifetime, you'll stick with us too. Come visit us in the Claremont Village or at Lantz, L-A-N-T-Z, diamondcenter.com and see what makes us different.
Hi, I'm San Bernardino County Sheriff Shannon Dykes. If you're looking to start an exciting career in law enforcement and make a difference in your community, we are hiring dispatchers, nurses, deputies, laterals, and many more. For a complete list of our jobs and more information, visit sheriffsjobs.com.
Ontario International Airport is onto a better way to fly with over 65 daily nonstop flights to more than 20 major destinations and the easiest airport experience in Southern California. Visit flyonto.com/Ontario to learn more about Ontario International Airport today.
Welcome back. For those listening, I'm Yvette Walker on Southern California Business Report on ABC News and Talks, KMET 1490 AM, 98.1 FM, and KMET TV, talking with Anolan Dragitsch of Luxe World, international celebrity TV host who produces luxury lifestyle television show that aired on Entertainment Television Latin America in 25 countries. She is known as the female Robin Leach, and the show features the most luxurious destinations worldwide and interviews celebrities. Thank you again for being with us today, Anolan.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Wonderful. Lovely, Anolan. So prior to the break, we talked a lot about Anolan Luxe World and your travels and your production and how it was that you were able to achieve such a seemingly unattainable goal given, your background or lack of background in those particular fields, right? Very inspiring. So I also know that, philanthropy is very close to your heart, and that many of your segments that you ended would be to promote the local nonprofits. And today, please talk a little bit about what you're doing with the Hispanic Affluent Philanthropy Group.
Yes. Well, in December, we started Joyful Impact, which was their first initiative, and we collected toys for needy children. And they worked with different organization. One of them was the Global Gift Foundation that's headed up by Eva Longoria. They work very closely with her. So they collaborate with organizations that are doing this and just take it to the next level. So I was very happy to do that at my listing and invite everyone. And they had to bring a toy or $50 donation so they could buy toys. So we did that. And now they're doing another initiative with Shakira's charity called Pies Descalzos, recruiting funds for her and school supplies for her schools in Barranquilla, Colombia.
Right. So let's pies descalzos, the translation is feet without shoes, right? Bare feet, basically.
Yes. Yes. So affluent Hispanic philanthropies, Jose Diaz Romero and Roberto Carlos, they're the founders. They've been doing this for 5 years. I remember when they were just launching the foundation, and now it's 5 years in the making, and they're very active with their philanthropy, and they're doing events in LA and in Miami as well.
Perfect. That's what I was going to ask you. Where are these events taking place, and how are people contributing to this Pies Descalzo campaign today?
Yeah, I'm going to have to give you the links. I know in Miami it's February 22nd, and it's at it's going to be in South Beach. I have to send you all of their links.
So the event is happening in South Beach on February 22nd. So anybody that's listening right now in Southern California that wishes to participate, get your flight, get your ticket for February 22nd to be in South Beach, Miami, right? To support Pies Descalzo.
Yes, and more details for the LA market. I know we're planning it now. It's going to be after that.
Beautiful. So now that you're here and you're working on developing and establishing your broader network moving forward post-pandemic, and you're working on production, let's talk a little bit about what you have seen in the greater real estate market, especially in the luxury market, right, in LA and the surrounding communities. Have you seen much new construction in the area?
Yes, there's a lot of new construction. As a matter of fact, my 3 listings are new construction, and one of them's in escrow. But people talk about housing market, and we've been through a lot since COVID, and that was 2 years ago. But I just got a report today from the California Association of Realtors of how is the California latest market data, and it's very healthy. How's the market doing? There were 334 closed sales per day. This is in the month of February. 334 sales per day, 260 pending sales, and 208 new listings per day. That's how the market is doing. So it's very healthy. And then some other pointers, like the Fed scaled down the rate hike to a 1/4 point, but does not declare victory over inflation yet. Stronger than expected job gains give U.S. economy a push to start the year. Consumer confidence in the economy continues to waver despite easing inflation. Mortgage applications decreased despite rates inching lower. And construction spending downshifts at the end of 2022. But there is a lot of new development going on in Southern California.
Right. And so
you'll see construction sites. And I think of things globally because I come from Miami and my show is global. So I remember there's one time where the city that had the most cranes was Dubai. So that's another indicator. When you see all these cranes everywhere, that means all the high rises are going up, and or there's a lot of new construction. But our market here is starting to look healthy, despite what everybody is saying.
Well, I think that the numbers that are being revealed are debunking a lot of the experts' expectations in a very good way, right? Because the experts are telling us, recession, 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 but the number and the data and the reports are not supporting that, right? As you mentioned, the jobs report, the experts guessed or thought there would be, what was it, 133,000 jobs gained in the US, when in fact there were over 500, close to 550,000 new jobs. So, there's a lot of forward movement, good trajectory, and it's great to hear that there's still ongoing construction in one of the most expensive real estate markets in the world, really, right?
Yes. I mean, this is the entertainment capital of the world. And some of our coastlines, like Malibu, I mean, it's just so exclusive and so unique. That's what drives the price up. And also certain areas where a lot of celebrities move to, there's like a panache, and that also drives the price, like by the Hollywood Hills. But
Absolutely. And so, would you say that there's still a growing appetite for luxury real estate in California and Southern California in particular?
yes, very much so. We have buyers from all over the world, and also locally from like recording artists or celebrities or multi-billionaires. Yes, very much so.
And so when they come, what is it that they're looking for, Anolan, when they come to find a luxury, property? What, if you could tell us, what are the top three or the top five, amenities or, description, bullet points of their perfect luxury property?
I mean, that's really hard. Everybody's different, but they love the weather here. The weather is like a big factor. And it's like the outdoor, indoor living, the quintessential California outdoor living. I mean, it's like it's sunshine outside. The rest of the world's like in snow. I mean, I come from Miami. It's like it was sunshine all the time. But I remember in the summertime, it rained all the time. Like we don't have that. We did get a lot of rain last month.
But it's winter and we're supposed to. So I'm glad, we're all glad that we got it. Hopefully, we're out of a drought, but we'll be discussing that soon as well.
Yeah, I think, the weather also, it's like the privacy that the homes provide that are secluded or by the mountains. And there's so much beauty in design that is being built, that it's just very enticing to come here and come build your dream home.
Absolutely. And so I know you're also conducting various events with developers, architects, designers. Please talk a little bit about that effort and how that's bringing the real estate community together and focusing on, the trajectories moving forward, the latest trends and projects for these luxurious developments.
Yes, once a month. It was an idea that I came up with when I walked into this beautiful showroom where I am right now. I'm at the round table, and I host a monthly round table with the designer and owner of the showroom, B. David Levine. He's very talented. And the showroom is a bespoke European showroom. All these pieces are from Italy or Denmark, and he's curated the showroom. So I was like drawn into the showroom because it's so beautiful, and I love beauty. And I said, wouldn't it be neat to just bring people here and interview them and see what they have to say about what they do and share it with my audience and friends and colleagues and business leaders? And so I do that once a month. And I've interviewed Dean Larkin, who's an award-winning architect. He was the first architect with Richard Landry. And those that are an architect know about Richard Landry. It's like he's an icon. And he was his first employee. Rob and Josh Glass Residential Group. Their first celebrity home was Rod Stewart. Then they did Barbara Streisand, Kenny G, Sugar Ray Leonard's home in the Palisades. That's $45 million. And they build custom luxury homes. It's a father and son. So I'm very intrigued about building custom homes. My dad was a developer, so I grew up seeing homes built and moving to different communities. And your home is like your castle. Now, since after COVID,
especially true, yes.
We're really reevaluating the design, the decor of their environment and their home because they were spending so much time there. So the interior design industry, like that was like a silver lining. Everyone or people moving, I want to have this in my home. I want to have a home gym. I want to have an office. I want to have a sauna, having everything. So you
All the
and
things you couldn't go out to get, you
yeah,
were having them built into your home in these luxury estates, it sounds like.
yeah. Or if not having extra rooms or a house next door or a guest house for the generations of your family, for the extended family. Like the homes that I just sold, they were sister homes, like next to each other. They were intended so two families could buy one, could buy both of them. One family could buy both of them because COVID brought people together at home if they were separated in different parts of the world.
Yes.
And so yeah, I host these once a month. I just interviewed last month Regan Jane. She's the host. She's an award-winning interior designer and host of Dream House that airs on HGTV.
Very nice.
It was interesting. And then I also interviewed Raymond Pan. He's a world-renowned architect from China, and he's built over 1,000 luxurious buildings in China, and here in Malibu too. So.
Oh my goodness, that is so exciting. I love that you get to focus on those that are really at the top of their fields. It's so exciting. And so throughout this time that, you started this new effort, have you identified new and emerging markets in Southern California or in California that you see as viable new luxury sites for properties development and a lifestyle, basically?
Yes, the area where they're building the Bright Line of fast train to Vegas, the Inland Empire. Did I say
Inland
that?
Empire, yes, the Inland Empire. Okay.
Yes.
So what is it about the Inland Empire that you haven't identified as an emerging market?
Well, there's a lot of opportunity for development, and now with the transportation, that makes it very viable, and it brings the property values up, and it's just like another special feature. There's something that we didn't have before that now we have. I don't know exactly how fast the train is, and I have friends that work with architects and developers on green technology, and she was at the event learning more of opportunities for developers in that market.
So that market is being identified as the next, I guess, frontier for luxury real estate, luxury development, and a luxurious lifestyle. Is that what it sounds like?
Yes.
Do you think that one day you'll come and, cover that area and highlight some of the beautiful properties that exist once,
Oh,
they've
absolutely.
been developed? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And, what I love about California is that you can drive for an hour and a half or two and be in a completely different destination with a different experience.
Absolutely. And from the area that you just mentioned, the Inland Empire, I am a resident of the Inland Empire, so it makes me very happy to hear that report from you, Anolan. Thank you. I see so much potential and so much growth, and really it boils down to the leadership here that has everything, just cinched up when it comes to leadership and moving those efforts and goals forward. It's a very exciting time. Another thing, Barstow, have you had the opportunity to look at Barstow and the potential that exists there?
I have to go there. I've read about it, so that's definitely on my radar.
Right. So for those that may not know, Barstow just received a $2 billion investment by BNSF. And if anybody knows anything about BNSF, they also know that Warren Buffett is the chairman of BNSF. And when Warren Buffett invests his money in something, it means something very good is going to come out of it. Just a couple months ago, it was announced that BNSF invested $2 billion in Barstow to purchase 4,700 acres. That's just the initial investment, to purchase 4,700 acres to build and develop what is going to be known as the Barstow International Gateway, which is what that means. It's going to be the major distribution hub using extremely green technology and railway systems to take all of the goods that come in through the Port of Long Beach and the Port of LA and distribute them to the rest of the country, everything going through Barstow. So that is another very exciting development that we have in our region. And when you talk about, opportunities to build and grow and develop, well, Anolan, I think we just found your next playground.
Yes, and it's creating a lot of jobs too, which is healthy for the economy. And it's like putting LA and at a like the next level for worldwide distribution.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's all, working in partnership, working in conjunction. We have the goods coming in through the Port of Long Beach. So thank you, Long Beach, for all that you do to develop that infrastructure and to make sure that things continue to move smoothly, especially now post-pandemic when we experienced some of those challenges with supply chain issues and disruptions. This project couldn't have come at a more timely, you know, uh, time more timely than it is today, right?
I think I want to have you at my roundtable, and we could bring in some of the experts. And we could talk about that because to educate and share it with other people.
Absolutely. Count me in. I'm in. And, we can talk to some of the other developers that we have here that are always looking to, share and expand and, welcome others into the vision because as you so eloquently mentioned, it's all about working together, a cohesion of efforts, elevating one another, moving forward. And as you mentioned, developing that beautiful environment for economic growth and success, which is really going to be the foundation for luxury, right? So the more successful you are, the more luxurious you live. But tell me, Anolan, what does luxury mean to you?
Well, luxury it's kind of overused, but to me, it luxury means different things to different people. To me, it just means having the freedom and the time to do what you love, whatever it may be. But that's what luxury means to me.
So, that's beautiful, right? Because it doesn't attach that word to material things or places or anything like that. But it could be something very simple like today I have the luxury of just sitting for 10 or 15 minutes and taking in the sun, right? And just enjoying a little bit of peace and watching the landscape and some people, walk by. To me, that is luxurious. If I can just take 15 minutes to sit still and enjoy the landscape, oh,
Mhm.
I am so happy.
Yeah, and I love to incorporate luxury in everything I do. So even from a very simple task, you can just enjoy it, whether it's having a delicious, gourmet coffee or a special tea, um, or it's viewing a certain property and just, experiencing it or seeing
Absolutely.
the sunset.
Yes.
I mean, it's free, it's every day, and it's beautiful.
And no two are ever the same.
Exactly. Yes.
No two sunsets, no two landscapes in the sky or, the beauty that we have around us. It's never the same.
Yes. I love watching the sunrise and the sunset. And the property I was selling in South Pasadena had a gorgeous sunset. And I was really amazed how every day it was different.
Absolutely. And so, Anolan, what do you see in the future of career pathways in the field of luxury, right? For anybody that's interested in pursuing, whether it be development, architecture, design, production, what are the opportunities that you have seen that exist within the luxury world or sphere for those that are looking to pursue a career pathway in there?
Yeah, I'm a very big believer that everything is possible. So you have to have certain criteria, a lot of passion for what it is that you want to achieve in that arena, whether it's luxury or architecture or design or production. You have to be committed and be passionate about it and surround yourself with the best people that are already in that field. So you learn
Absolutely.
from them.
Yes. So tell me, Anolan, what's next for Anolan Luxe World? What does that look like for you in the coming years, in the coming months, as your projects, take ground and we start seeing them airing throughout 25 countries in the world?
Well, first and foremost, I'm committed to my real estate career in my team with Isabella Lucci Group and Isabella's leadership. So that's I'm committed to my real estate career at Sotheby's. It's so exciting. It's so many opportunities. And I'm laying the groundwork for the top island, no, first the top California dreaming getaways because we live in California. Like the destination you mentioned could be one of them. The top California dreaming getaways or destinations. I've already filmed in Noma. And then that's one. And the other one is the top island getaway. Because that's something that I personally want to do. And I love water and island. And I love your idea of going in a yacht. So
right.
like doing the groundwork and planting the seeds and doing all the pre-production. It takes time. I mean, when I did my TV show, I planned it for 2 years mentally in my head and came up with the name and got quotes. And I was just mentally creating a project. Like when you play Lego, you connect everything. Well, I was doing that for 2 years. And wow. Then when the time came that I got divorced, I said, okay, it's time to do it now.
You know what? Everything happens for a reason. There's a season and everything else, but it sounds to me like it was perfect timing. It was time for you to spread your wings, explore, and, do it at your pace.
Yeah. And I have different expressions. Like if it's up to be, it's up. If it's up to be, it's up to me. If it was easy, anybody would do it.
Right. Yeah. That's one we all hear. If it were easy, anyone would do it. Right. And that's really what it boils down to. But because of your hard work, dedication, and your trust in the process, I think those are the keys to your success. And I'm so thankful that you were able to spend time to share your story with us today, Anolan.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Everybody listening, don't forget to find us on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Check us out on scbrtalk.com. And don't forget to download the free live streaming ad. Okay, everybody, the Empire Strikers will play at the San Diego Sockers at the Toyota Arena after a remarkable streak away. Don't miss the kickoff at 6:05 with tickets starting at just $5, everybody. Everybody save the date. Why? Because San Antonio Regional Hospital is presenting a State of the Region, an economic analysis and forecast from Manfred Keel, with tickets starting at $65 per person before March 15th. Visit sar.org for details. Next week, we will have Dr. Roger Duber talking about his sterling career that spans nearly 40 years. He is a board certified and specializes in cardiovascular disease. Dr. Duber was recently recognized by the American Osteopathic Association and San Antonio Regional Hospital as Physician of the Year. Don't miss my interview with Alston and Brienne Gafurifar, a brother-sister duo who are co-founders of Entify, a platform aimed at providing streamlined solutions for blockchain and supply chain landscapes with integrated AI. All right, everybody, just want to run down and say thank you to my new advisory committee. We have Ashley Indrieri of Indrieri Consulting, Mayor Aquanetta Warren, Supervisor Kurt Hagman, Camila Rubio, Eric Bracone, Jason Anderson, San Bernardino County District Attorney, Jill Van Balen, Vice President, National Community Renaissance, Joe Rubio, retired Air Force veteran, John Chapman, President and CEO of San Antonio Regional Hospital, Keith Serwitsky, Executive Regional Vice President of American Business Bank, Lawrence Martin, Vice President of Glenn County Rangeland Association, Matthew Wilson, partner of Wilson Ivanova Certified Public Accountants, Michael Gerber, owner of Headliner Entertainment, Michael G. Rademacher, founder and CEO of MGR Real Estate, Norman Nunez, Community Liaison with San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools, Ontario Mayor Paul Leon of the City of Ontario, Sam Fisk, Assistant Sheriff with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, Jose Vargas Ulloa, tech reporter best known as the Latino Cyber Guy, and Willie Ruano, Operations Manager at H&S Logistics. Visit scbrtalk.com to see the complete and amazing list of our new advisory committee and catch up with their bios, learn about them, and we will see you all next week.